The car industry, after 100 years, is about to change like it's never changed before. We're doing something that is very special. Designing the first electric car for Jaguar is a huge privilege, and to be able to take that opportunity and turn it into something that is hugely exotic, hugely intriguing, very efficient, zero emissions, enormous amounts of modern technology, and bring it all into one package is a fantastic design opportunity. And it's certainly something I've always actually wanted to do, was to create a cab-forward, exotic, sporty SUV. Any good design can be described within 3 sketched lines. And in this car, the silhouette is one line, the way it emphasizes the short bonnet and that sweeping off roofline and top. And then the lines of the wings as they sweep through the car. Very exaggerated front wings to give the car some muscle and some power. Again, that sweeping line, the rear haunch over the rear wheel. The rear of the car is actually quite sheer, and the focal point is quite high up. And this is driven very much by the aerodynamics of the car. And of course, this gives us a very good drag coefficient of 0.29, which for an SUV is quite exceptional.
I think the electric powertrain for us was really fundamental to the way that we created the interior. It's very architectural, has a very simple dashboard, it's hugely spacious.
Well, one of the great advantages of an electric car is we don't have a transmission tunnel, and this just simply gives us the opportunity of more space in the car. You feel it across the back seat, you feel the walk-through is much more efficient.
When you sit in the interior, I think you'll get that huge adrenaline rush that you could feel in any Jaguar.
I think we've created something very special indeed here.
Hello everyone, I'm over here. Now if you can't see me, look around, swivel your chairs, move your heads and your faces. Hello, I'm Andy J, and it is great to see you here in the virtual world. This is the world's largest connected VR experience to date for a global launch. Every one of these lights you can see represents the avatar of someone who's not only with us in the studio, but also joining us in VR from our global link-up in London. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome to the virtual stage one of the world's most renowned car designers. Here, as you've never seen him before, is Ian Callum.
In the Jaguar I-PACE, we've created a new performance SUV. This is a new addition to the PACE family, and this is our first electric performance SUV. If you look beneath, you'll see a little red dot. That's Los Angeles.
And I bet you've never seen LA from this angle before.
You know, I'm convinced that car design will change more in the next 15 years than we've seen in the past 100. We wanted this Jaguar, like every Jaguar before, to be first and foremost about driving as well as about design. The profile, to create a sporty look, the waistline that sweeps up, and of course the familiar Jaguar haunches.
Question, Ian, will it be fast?
Oh yes, this will be fast.
Okay, look up, everyone, to find and follow the shooting star. I have never seen a car reveal like that before. Can we take a look inside?
Let's start with a view from the driver's seat. The dashboard sweeps elegantly in front of you.
And the interior is British craftsmanship at its finest.
Just take a look around. My team have worked very hard to create personality into this car. And you can find little touches to surprise and delight throughout the interior.
Put your head out of the panoramic roof. Be careful as you stand, of course.
You know, the increased distance between the front and rear seats makes for an extremely generous interior space for a vehicle with this footprint.
Welcome back to the table. So, we've seen a hint of the design, but what's beneath the skin? Here to talk us through the technology story of a truly digital car for a digital age is Ian Hoban, Vehicle Line Director.
We will prove that an electric vehicle can absolutely be a true driver's car. The first is the electric power source itself. The electric drive units, or EDUs for short, use synchronous permanent magnet motors. They are extremely compact and lightweight, and they offer maximum performance density, one at the front and one at the rear, delivering high performance all-wheel drive. Now you see, this improves our dynamics and traction and makes this a Jaguar for all surfaces and all weather conditions. The bottom line, this SUV is going to be fast.
So now let's focus on the vehicle's performance and dynamics.
Well, to offer the best vehicle dynamics, we've packaged the battery right between the front and rear axles, and that provides a near 50-50 weight distribution. It will ensure we give you the ride and handling that you'd expect from a Jaguar. It can also accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour in around 4 seconds.
So it's fast.
We wanted to create a spacious performance SUV, one which was desirable, fun, rewarding, and practical enough to drive every day.
How do you recharge the batteries?
Well, you can charge easily by plugging in with both AC and DC. We've been able to maximise the space inside by putting the battery between the axles, and because of our innovative compact electric motors. So there you have it. It's quite a package. Now, Andy, I think you need to get back to the studio.
Oh, okay. Cheers. Ladies and gentlemen, wasn't that great? And how cool was that to see the incredible tech story in virtual reality? I know I learnt a lot. The time has come to let you see what the I-PACE looks like. Close up, full scale.
It's a sports car, a premium SUV, and a practical family car all in one, putting ourselves at the cutting edge of the electric revolution. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The Jaguar I-PACE Concept. The future is indeed now. The Jaguar's first ever production electric vehicle will offer the irresistible combination of supercar looks, sports car performance, and SUV practicality. It's hugely exciting to reveal the I-PACE concept this way because, first of all, we're using real modern day technology, digital technology, to introduce a new form of motor car for us. This is a big day for Jaguar. Having everyone watching from around the world makes this a world's first immersive VR experience.
We don't think anybody's actually done this before, this being a world first. We'll have our central hub running in LA, and then we will have a London hub that will dial in, and then we're going to have a third element, which is our live presenters, who will also beam into this virtual world.
In terms of it being live, this was so important to us to get that emotional connection, the rapport of somebody standing just meters away from you, and just you've got your front row seat to this experience, and unbeknown to you, everybody else is having that same front row experience too.
I
I think that virtual reality is going to pretty much transform everyone's life at some point, whether they know it or not at the moment. And I think it's going to create content that people will crave and that will want to use. And really, I don't think we've seen even the beginning of where this technology in this industry is going to go.
The biggest challenge you have with VR is ensuring that the systems that are used are powerful enough and capable enough to be able to provide the performance and the scalability for such an important launch for Jaguar Land Rover.
The first thing is that the visual fidelity of this thing has to look good. Most people, when they see CGI, are watching a video which takes hours and hours and hours per frame to render. We have 11 milliseconds to make the image for each eye at 4K. And so we've had to do some incredibly clever things to make sure that it looks as good as the designers want their car to do.
You have an immense challenge to put something on screen that looks real, but at the same time, you have to make literally everything. Every movement, every performance, every action is animated. So there's an immense amount of work in that as well.
I think we're probably the first brand in any space that have collaborated with a VR provider in this way. So both HTC and Dell, really excited to get on board. And for us, having those two names behind us was fantastic.
What we loved in the Jaguar project, it was not just about to have fantastic graphics for people to watching it. You really build an experience where the person there has an active role.
As we're creating cars today, we create cars digitally, but it's very much a kind of two-dimensional digital. But with VR, we can really get to the inside of the car and the outside of the car and see it in a way we've never been able to see before. You can really immerse yourself in the car totally, and it becomes an interaction between you and the car. It's very personal. That's a really nice thing about it.
Jaguar Land Rover have taken that leap, taken this on, come on this journey with it, fully committed to it, and together we've all built into something that I think really, really stands up. It's not a gimmick, it's the real thing.
I think this will go down as history as one of the big moments of Jaguar's future product lineup, when we just turned around the whole principle of how we power motor cars in this company.
Tu opinión nos interesa. Si tienes algo que decirnos, envíanos un mail. Esperamos tus sugerencias.